Alrighty, so for the YouTube guys, we've got a different kind of video today. So basically, to cut off myself from talking live and stuttering a lot, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing here. A few weeks ago, I saw a comment on a video online regarding the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3 teaser that we got in the previous Nintendo Direct, and it made me wonder what it would sound like if all the retro tracks in a Mario Kart game had their respective fanfares from the original games. For example, imagine if Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had the finishing fanfare from the Nintendo 64 version of Mario Kart. So that's what we're tackling today, and we're starting it off with the SNES. Now, to clear up a few things before we get started, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe there's 4 different fanfares in every race. There's your flyby fanfare that you see as the track is being overviewed to everyone. There's your starting grid fanfare, usually short, just to announce that the race is about to begin. You've got your winning fanfare or your losing fanfare. In this video series, we're just going to be focusing on the winning fanfare, and obviously your results screen that plays on loop while you're looking at the results before you move on to the next race. Now, for SNES, there's only 2 of the 4 fanfares that actually exist as the respective fanfares without going too far into it. That is the starting grid, and that is the winning fanfare. So we're going to have to get a bit creative with the flyby fanfare and the results fanfare. So keep in mind, in Super Mario Kart, each character had their own unique victory fanfare in the results screen. However, because of the size of the cast in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we're not going to be covering all of it. Instead, we're going to be using the character selection theme for the results screen, as I think it suits the mood of just viewing the results at the end of the race. And for the flyby, I thought it was more than appropriate to just use the main theme from the game and turn it orchestrated, similar to how you would hear most Mario Kart 8 songs now. So without further ado, let me walk you through how I've done all this. So we'll start it off with the 2 fanfares that do exist, which is the starting grid and the first place finish. Now, these are pretty easy to replicate. It's just a case of modernizing it so that it can fit in within the game. I really don't have much to say with the starting grid. It's essentially what you would hear in the original game, just modernized with now an organ, 3 levels of brass, a top, a mid, and a bass guitar, a kick, a snare, and a synthesized lead for some extra flair, with a crash closing it all off before the race begins. Similarly to the starting grid, with the first place fanfare, I haven't changed much to the actual composition itself, other than obviously the instrumentation. Again, same as the starting grid, we've taken an organ, a bass guitar, different layers of brass, kick, snare, hats, and I also threw in the original sound from the fanfare just to spice things up a little bit to add that little flair into the first place victory. Now, I know I'm kind of talking about these out of order, but next we're going to go straight to the results fanfare for the SNES. Now, like I said previously, instead of taking one of the 8 fanfares that came from each character in the original game, I instead opted to use the character selection screen since I thought it had a nice vibe and would fit the results screen. So much like the other 2 fanfares that we've already spoken about, I went and modernized the instruments, kept it simple, it didn't need to go overboard, it just needed to do its job, which is to display the results.
Well,
so you don't have a really obnoxious lead that's in your face, and as you know from the original version of this song, it's pretty chill. It's just there to fill the empty void while you're selecting your character, in this case, while you're viewing the results screen, preparing to go to the next race. Finally, to finish things off, we've got the intro fanfare, Now this one was the only track of the 4 that I had to actually change, since originally the main theme for Super Mario Kart is fast and upbeat. Whereas for a flyby, that wouldn't really work. You need it to be more orchestrated and more grand. So essentially what I did was I slowed the tempo down just a tad, dude. Not massively. It's still easy, relatively fast at 155 beats per minute. But, you know, it's not going to overwhelm you. Essentially what I had done was similar to the other 3 so far. Your staples are there that you would hear in a lot of Mario Kart 8 tracks. You've got your trumpets, you've got your bass, you've got your organ, and you've got your percussion. This time around though, I have also added a few extra instruments. I've added a piano. I've also gone and added a 8-bit synth lead, and also some strings and a pitched percussion in the background.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
And that really wraps it up for the SNES courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you like this video, please leave a like and comment down below if you want to see more. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But for now, I'll leave you on this. Here's a demonstration of the 4 tracks in play.